Welcome to the Labour Force. I am Bongeni Muchwa. The Department of Minerals and Energy says it's satisfied with the level of compliance by mining companies with its health and safety guidelines for managing the spread of the COVID-19 virus in the mines. That's despite the number of infections escalating on a daily basis. The number of mine workers who have tested positive for the coronavirus now stands at 750. 2 days ago, 690 mine workers had tested positive, meaning there were 60 new positive cases yesterday alone. But government says there's no reason to worry. The situation is under control.
Our teams are out there to do inspections. Now, the report that we have received as of yesterday is that there is actually a great deal of compliance by mining companies. And so we are quite satisfied with that kind of a report, because you know that there are many mines, they're all over the country, and we don't actually have stats at the moment, but the work is actually being done, and the report is that there is actually compliance. Where there are challenges, the principal inspectors, together with the senior inspectors and our inspectors, they are able to direct the mining companies accordingly to comply.
Meanwhile, a number of schools in various parts of the country have had to be closed again after reopening on Monday. This after teachers tested positive for the coronavirus. A union called the Educators Union of South Africa had its application for an urgent interdict against the reopening of schools in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic dismissed by the North Gauteng High Court yesterday. The court ruled that the application was not urgent. Bongeni Muchwa, SABC News, Johannesburg. Well, now to discuss the management of COVID-19 in the workplace, I'm joined by the General Manager of the Public Service Association, Mr. Reuben Maleka. Good afternoon, Reuben, and welcome to our show. It's been 4 days since the schools have been reopened. PPE has been supplied to all the schools. Learning is taking place. Are you satisfied with the progress that is being made so far?
Thank you, Bongeni, and thank you to the viewers of SABC. First of all, let me allude to the fact that we were disappointed in the first place to have a situation where not all schools are able to reopen. As you know, our stance is that no child must be left behind, and opening other schools and leaving others behind has created a situation whereby how do then you deal with formal or uniform examination of schools in terms of learners. As we speak right now, after the school reopened, the PSC has been on the ground in various provinces assessing the situation, and we found the situation very shocking. First of all, the learners themselves are not willing to use the mask for the hours that they'll be in the school. The learners that are in the schools, they're just putting the mask on their chins, which means that there is no proper protection against infection by the learners. And that is one of the concerns that we are having. Secondly, the quality of the masks. The teachers and the learners are complaining about the quality of the mask that is being provided. And that is one of the things that we don't know how the suppliers have been checked for quality supply of these masks. We have also realized that this is not only affect the rural schools. The most schools in suburbs, we have heard about Hoodoo College here in Pretoria, a lot of schools in Western Cape, Buffalo City, 21 schools are with infections as we speak. PE, there are 2 schools in Kwakwa, so Tlem Primary also is closed down. So Bandi in Mpumalanga, parents have removed their kids, and now 54 schools are closed. So this does tell you that we are just in the beginning. How did it happen that we reopened the school amongst all the challenges that we know that majority of the schools, especially in rural areas, do not have water and sanitation? And we are deeply concerned. And let me tell you, Mbogeni, we have seen some of the schools that were reopened in other countries like France. Today, as we speak, they are closed because of the attitude of saying kids are able to, ensure that they observe proper protocols in terms of regulations. But kids do not do so, and that is the problem.
Now, Mr. Maleka, we have around 26,000 schools in the country. And of course, there's a pandemic going around, not just in the country, but in the world. So it's not shocking that you would find positive cases in some schools. I mean, you're mentioning a figure of 54 at the moment. Surely that doesn't mean that the decision to reopen the schools was not a good decision.
Look, the issue of reopening school was, from the onset, a wrong decision. Because as I'm saying that, if once you open out of 26,000 schools, you open all of them but leave 2 behind. What about those 2 that we are leaving behind? Are you saying that those kids, how are they going to write exams? Equally so with those that are reopened. That's the first question that one must ask, because we are creating inequalities and we are perpetuating discrimination against those that are not open. And we are saying those that are mostly affected due to lack of resources such as water and sanitation, they have not. This is not a new thing. They have not had these things before the past 26 years. How then today simply we get indication that they have water and sanitation? Yesterday, in the news, we have seen Elim School where the SGB chairperson showed us to say the level of non-compliance, pit toilets that are still there. And there's no way that people could share a pit toilet and show that there's proper hygienic in their school. And that is not something new. We know majority of the rural schools, they still have battle in terms of hygiene. So that's why, as the PSA, we are saying that, look, we are now, especially in a youth month, where we are talking about the schooling. And this is very important, because majority of the youth in this country, as we speak, those who have got degrees and postgraduates, they are not able to find jobs. So how then do you say that you can equate us to say that let's rush to go to school because we need the learners to learn? But at the end of the day, that is against even the possibility of them being infected. If we could not get jobs for those that are currently graduated, what is the rush to go and get these matrics, passing the matric? They are also going to add numbers. Rather have quality education to this school, to the learners, revise the calendar year. They will still recover within a few years. I don't think any person in life that loses a year is going to be so dramatic and so big loss. And especially in this country where majority of the youth, as we speak, are sitting without any jobs. So sitting without jobs, risking lives, we believe that rather have learners and wait for the new calendar year, which is proposed, that we start in October, and healthy as they will be, they'll be able to catch up and be able to pass their matric and obviously later on be able to go to the universities and graduate. Unfortunately, as we speak, this COVID-19 is very serious, and it's winter period. We know the symptoms of the virus goes with the winter season. Therefore, we can't risk.
Well, Mr. Maleka, thank you very much for joining us. I'm afraid we have to leave it there. We've run out of time. Coming up after the break, the alternative investor with Natasha Arense. Stay with us.